I want to experiment a little more with these unscripted videos. I don't like putting in too much effort to them. I really have a few basic and simple ideas I just want to get across. I mean, when you make a video and you write everything out and you organize your thoughts, it takes a lot of time, and I think a lot of times people don't realize how much time and effort it takes. And for certain things that I want to discuss, I just really don't feel the need to come up with some really organized, methodical argument. You can call it a rant. It is a rant. Really, and I want to practice doing these rant videos because it's a good way to get out some simple ideas fast. You know, in particular, one thing I want to talk about today is I really don't like right-wingers, and the reason is there's a few things in particular, but the one thing that just strikes me about most right-wingers is they just seem like really nasty people. And I know you're going to hear, well, you just don't understand their ideas, but I've studied their ideas very well. I mean, I've read a lot about all their different types of ideas, all the various forms that right-wing thought, all the various ways in which right-wing thought expresses itself, whether it's social conservatism, libertarianism, I mean, even monarchism. And, you know, one thing I've just noticed about all right-wingers is just they seem to be nasty, resentful, hate-filled people. And they want to hate on weak people. Like, they think that somehow they are winners, and it's not fair somehow that they're mistreated because they're the ones that should be winners. I really just get the impression with a lot of right-wingers is that they think that they should be oppressors. Like, they should be the ones running the show, and they deserve to have their foot on someone's face. They really seem to just rationalize primitive base ideas, instincts, I should say. Their ideas are shallow. They're incredibly shallow. I mean, it's been debunked so many times, and it's a lot of times they speak in these empty platitudes, and they just offer no solutions whatsoever. And they don't care, and they admit that they don't care, but you have to weasel it out of them. And I find talking to these types of people just extremely draining and unworthwhile. I mean, it's like people might say, oh, you can't judge an entire group of people, but I mean, these are people. I'm not judging a group of people based on something superficial. I mean, I'm judging a group of people based on some shared beliefs, and just based on what I've heard over many, many years, it just seems like right-wingers they just hate people, but for the wrong fucking reasons. I mean, I'm a misanthrope myself, but right-wingers just seem to be incredibly solipsistic and self-centered, where they think that somehow they're the center of the universe. It's all just about them. It's all about them. I mean, I've even heard, you know, right-wingers say things like, you know, oh, taxation's not fair. I've heard this on numerous occasions, and yet they say things like, life's not fair, you know, you've got to man up or be tough, or some nonsense like this. I mean, part of the reason why I don't want to do a scripted video is because it's just, I just don't want to fucking kill more brain cells thinking about this shit. I mean, I've never met in my life a right-winger that has some really compelling arguments. I mean, I will admit that I was on the left. I was on the left, and I drifted away from the left because I was disturbed, for lack of better words, by their misandry. It wasn't just the misandry. I mean, there was a bunch of things I don't like about the left, especially the left nowadays. I mean, I think a lot of leftists have kooky fucking ideas. And there's scumbags on the left too. But you know, at least left-wingers, or the majority of them, at least there seems to be some sort of consensus amongst the left that, you know, that exploitation is bad, you know, discrimination is bad, and oppression is bad. I mean, you know, how that plays out, I'm not saying that, you know, you can define those things in many different ways, but at least these seem to have some sort of consensus that suffering is bad. And I mean, I'm really distilling it down to the real basics, but at least left-wingers kind of can agree that suffering is bad. A lot of them are scum. A lot of left-wingers are resent-filled, and they want to see the right kind of people suffer. I mean, they're bullies on the left. I'm not going to deny it. And there's scumbags on the left. There's totalitarians on the left. I mean, there's shitbags everywhere. You know, but on the right, it just seems to be full of people that they think that somehow suffering is a good thing. It's because reasons. And another thing I don't understand is that it's the right that is obsessed with farting out kids. I don't get it. It's like, why? I don't understand why right-wingers are so obsessed with marriage and babies and white babies, and like, but then they turn around and say to people, you know, oh, it's not my problem, you know, life is hard, but then, you know, they complain that they're being oppressed by the communists in the State Department, or the Department of Labor, or the cultural Marxists, or in Hollywood with their fucking mind control X-rays and chemtrails or whatever bullshit they talk about. Like they just, right-wingers strike me as the ultimate insane crybabies. I can't fucking figure them out. I can't figure out what it is. It's like, I don't want equality. I don't want there's some sort of strict egalitarianism. You know, in this last video that I did a video response to, Male Chauvinist Pig, he accused me of being an egalitarian. I'm not. I don't want communism. I don't want to be equal to Bill Gates. I don't want to get rid of corporations. I don't have a problem with fucking private property. I really fucking don't. I just want to be able to live a simple, reasonably comfortable life. I don't see why things like minimum wage are evil, or why it's communist. You know, I'm not even on minimum wage now. Thank God. I mean, I was for a while, a while back. But I mean, like, I don't understand why right wingers have this. It's like somehow they think that any sort of demand for, I'm just gonna use the word equity, or just some semblance of fairness, just some basic demands for some basic quality of life, like that's somehow communism or a demand for egalitarianism. I mean, I don't fucking live to work. I fucking work to live. I mean, I think that kind of sums up my life philosophy. Life is pointless. If I could have done it, I wish I'd never been born at all, to be quite frank. It's a pointless, we're just bags of fucking meat. I'm here. I mean, barring suicide, I really just want to have a reasonably comfortable life. I don't want to have to work fucking 80 hours a week. I don't want to be under the thumb of some despot, you know, telling me what to do all the time. I want a job. I have a job, and I just want to be able to make enough money to get by. That's it, and have a few fucking hobbies on the side. And you know, I mean, like, why is this bad? What is this obsession with winning and losing? I don't understand it. Why right-wingers want to? It's like they want there to be a group of people that suffers. Like, I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I mean, you can make all sorts of arguments about this is inefficient, spending money on that is a waste of money, blah, blah, blah. But every time I talk to right-wingers, and I always have to fucking weasel the truth out of them, it's, at the end of the day, they just think that some people are losers and that they should just fucking suffer in silence because reasons. I mean, I just, there's nothing of any sort of redeeming value in that. I don't see anything of redeeming value in turning life into just some fucking treadmill of work. Where you're just constantly trying to compete to just get ahead of the walking blood bag sitting right next to you. Who fucking cares? We're all gonna die. None of this fucking means anything. But it's like right wingers. They want to worship some system that is. It's like they want it to be a meat grinder. They want life to be a meat grinder. They want they want there to be winners and losers, and quite frankly, they don't seem to have any sort of problem with exploitation. I've noticed this in their defense of marriage, traditional marriage in particular, where they worship housewives who stay at home and basically just do nothing. I mean, why is a housewife something worth trying to achieve? I mean, or purchase? Like, why is it like something? Why is it an acceptable deal for a man to basically slave away for a woman that just doesn't do anything? I mean, it's so utterly gynocentric, and it's so utterly dehumanizing of men. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around right-wingers. It's like they will make all these implications, and then you've got to kind of weasel it out of them what they really believe in. It just seems like what they're, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's like they'll piss and moan about, the government, their state, their statism, but they're happy with corporations doing unethical things or exploiting these people, or it's like they're happy with exploitation. They're happy to be exploited themselves, as long as they get like some sort of pat in the head or some fucking ribbon put on their chest. I just, you know, I do not understand them. I mean, there's just no fucking fundamental principle, that meaningful principle or universal underlying their thought. It all seems to be one big rationalization for the status quo. That's all it seems to be. It's just it's like there's no need to attach any sort of intellectualism or moralism to any of this shit. It's like there's if you just want to justify a dog eat dog world or the status quo, I mean, just do your life, you know, just do it. You don't need to dress it up in anything. But it's like they want to attack anyone that is demanding something qualitatively more because they're bad. I mean, because reasons. I mean, what is it? It's just they want people to be miserable. It's like, yeah, let's get our birth rates up. Well, you know, we need more babies. We need more white babies. Let's create more poverty. Abortions are bad. Let's just rape more sentient life into existence because reasons or Jesus or some shit. I don't get it. I mean, at least left-wingers have some concept, or a large number of them, that, like, you know, let's try and make life better. Right-wingers don't seem to give a shit. They'll go on and on about our morals and our values make us strong. But what are their morals and values? I mean, what is it? I mean, you know, when the religious ones just seem to use Jesus as a shield for all sorts of just vile shit. I wouldn't even just say it's economic exploitation. Just, I don't know, just crap. You know, it's just, I can't wrap my head around what right-wingers really believe. I can't wrap my head around it. It just seems like they value suffering in other people, not themselves, in other people. You know, they don't want to, you know, suffering builds character, man up, but somehow, no, not my taxes, not my taxes. I mean, it's just, it seems to me like a really empty philosophy that attracts the worst, absolute worst kinds of human beings. There's just no fucking redeeming value to right-wing thought at all. It's not even very functional. I mean, they can't even. It's not even very workable. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. Hitler was one of the few right-wing figureheads or politicians that copied many ideas from the left. He, for example, even paramilitary organizations like the SA, you know, he copied the communists with their street fighting units. Hitler even copied a lot of the secret police methods of the Soviet Union. And I mean, it's. And ironically, Hitler refused to remove any of the social safety nets for the workers in Germany. He was actually very good to the German worker, and it's funny because, you know, most. Obviously, I'm not defending Hitler whatsoever. It seems like on top of being just empty, it just seems ineffectual. like most pure right-wing thought just seems to be a lot of hot air that really produces no sort of results. And I always hear this thing, oh, unintended consequences, unintended, but you don't know what you know the unintended consequences of all these social programs that you'll put into place, or getting rid of this, or doing away with that. It's like, I mean, no shit. I mean, everything has unintended consequences in life. I mean, is that a justification for us to just never try anything new? I mean, can we not agree that life now is better than it was 200 years ago, and it's because we asked for more. We asked for more things. We asked for some sort of equity and equal treatment under the law, and a social safety net. I mean, if we'd always just accepted the status quo, I mean, we would just be hunter-gatherers. I mean, what is the point? I mean, do they just worship capitalism? Is it just pure unregulated capitalism, which has never existed, by the way, ever? Is it just that the system itself is somehow, it's this platonic ideal good? Like, it's a good thing in itself because reasons, and that anything that somehow contaminates the pureness of it is somehow inherently evil because reasons. I mean, is everything is anything that somehow puts a I don't even want to use the word restraint, but sets some ground rules for capitalism. Is anything that does that, is that somehow communism or redistribution of wealth? I mean, there are a myriad of laws that we have, thank God, that protect people from the most vile kinds of predatory behavior. I mean, like something just simple as like landlord-tenant law. I mean, is that communism? I mean, should we allow landlords to just throw people out in the street because reasons? You know, they just, for some reason, they didn't like their tenant one day, or they needed to give out their room to a close friend or a relative or something like that. I mean, is that redistribution of wealth? Why is that so inherently evil? Why is it bad that we have laws against fraud or misrepresentation in advertising or anything of that nature? Why is consumer protection bad? Why is it bad? Why is it communism that we ask for food that doesn't poison us, or cars that don't blow up when you hit a speed bump? I mean, I don't get what right-wingers really go for. I've listened to their ideas, I've read their books, and it just seems like they just have some sort of, they hate the weak. They want to blame weak people. They want to scapegoat, or they want to scapegoat whatever they can. Whatever it is, it's somehow, it's like some conspiracy or weak people are interfering with the strong people. Like, I don't understand. It's idiotic. It's completely sociopathic. It's sociopathic rationalizations. I mean, if right-wingers are such goddamn fucking social Darwinists, why don't they love Stalin? I mean, I don't understand these, you know, alt-righters, these trolls on the internet that say Hitler didn't do nothing wrong. It's like, how can you love Hitler but hate Stalin? I mean, what's the fucking difference? I mean, a bullet in your head is a bullet in your fucking head. I don't understand. I mean, the communists were the ultimate social Darwinists. I mean, we're pack animals. We have no claws. We have no teeth. We're strong in groups like chimpanzees or wolves. I mean, weren't the communists the ultimate social Darwinists? They knew how to seize power. I mean, why? Because reasons? They had the wrong flags? I mean, what is it these guys really stand for? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Once again, I'm not defending the left. I've become disillusioned with the left. I've become disillusioned with politics in general and probably just humanity in general. I just cannot see any sort of redeeming ideas on the right. I can't find anything. They've made the only thing I've really seen that they've made any sort of, the only thing that I feel that they've said that's valid, that no one else wants to talk about. They have criticized single mothers, yes. I mean, that and, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't get it. I just do not see why, what redeeming value there is to be found in right-wing thought. You know, I really wanted to make this video just because all these right-wing lunatics, you know, just interject themselves into conversations that really don't pertain to them at all. Like, they'll interject themselves into any sort of... Coltane just made a video about housewives and I you know, in the role that technology played in basically making them irrelevant and obsolete. And I look at the comment section and it's just full of these alt-right idiots just blabbing about the garbage. Just I don't even know what their fucking point or agenda is. I mean, it just seems like they are the ultimate fucking panderers to women, and it's just they're bringing in things like cultural Marxism. I mean, into a conversation that, you know, on the left, and into shit that just doesn't. It's not relevant to the conversation at hand, and it's just why I don't understand why they can't just, as Barbarossa said, just stay in your own fucking lane. You know, do what you want to do. You know, you hate the fucking taxes. You know, do your fucking libertarian meetup, whatever. Do your thing. Why are stop inserting yourself into men's issues. It's not fucking relevant. I don't know why they do this. I'm making this rantish video against right wingers because I'm fucking just disgusted with them. Period. They don't fucking go away. They don't fucking shut up. They don't listen to you. They don't want a conversation. They just want to interject themselves where it's not fucking relevant. And I've studied their ideas and they're fucking bullshit. It's enough is enough. I mean, it's like, I'm going my way. I'm going my way. Okay, go your own way. Do your own thing. Stop making a fucking production about, the fact that you're going your own way. I mean, just I don't, you know, and then, you know, but you can't be going your own way if you're left wing. You have to go your own way, but it's got to be this way. I mean, just, it's like, be right wing, do whatever, fine, be right wing, just stop hijacking conversations about men's issues. Your ideas are shit. They have no value to men or even humanity in general, you know. But obviously, no one's going to change your opinion. So fine, just, you know. But stop inserting yourselves into conversations that do not pertain to you.